Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do some rubber stamp carving. I've drawn my picture of a baobab tree and traced it, and I'm going to transfer it now onto a sheet of rubber. Now I want to recreate a photo that we took going around Australia. Here it is. Isn't it spectacular? It was at a rest stop in the Kimberley region, and the sunrise was just amazing coming through this baobab tree. So I wanted to, I couldn't find a rubber stamp anywhere, so the next best thing to do is to make your own. So you see me here tracing this picture onto the rubber, and then I'm going to use just, I think it's a speedball tool, carving tool, and I'll use the finest little blade there to outline the tree. And then I go on to use the bigger blade to remove the bigger areas. So, sit back. I'll come in a little bit later, and I hope you enjoy this video. So my sheet of rubber here has three different layers: a white layer, a red or coloured layer, and another white layer. Now I think it must be suited to beginners, because once you take off that white layer, you know you've gone deep enough to create your stamp. And another little tip here too, if you don't go much deeper, you can flip that over and make another stamp on the other side. So that's another reason not to go too deep. Um, yeah, so have a look for the layered rubber, and give that a go if you're a beginner. I've also changed my tip here to a little bit bigger tip to take out the larger spaces, and then you'll see me change to an even bigger tip to take out the background. Now at this point here, I've just got a really sharp knife, craft knife, and I'm cutting out a border around my stamp. So my final step here, after it's all carved, is to ink it up and give it a go. That's the fun bit. So I'm just inking this up, putting plenty of ink on this, and you'll see me use a wooden baron. I had a lovely friend who does lots of woodwork make me a baron, and that's actually a tool that you'll see me use in a second to put pressure on the paper. So I'm just laying that over the top, and here comes my baron. Isn't it great? Oh, I was so excited to get this. And you just move it around to put your pressure on, and there's your picture. Now see these spots that came out on the boab tree? That was from my fingers. Next time I have to keep my fingers away from the actual parts of the stamp. Maybe just hold on to the edge of the paper while I press it with my baron. But hey, I wasn't too worried because I'm going to darken that up as I do this picture. So I've grabbed out all my sponge daubers, all my colours, and I'm going to create a sunrise picture behind my stamped boab tree. So sit back, check out that, and I'll come back later. Now I felt that this needed a little bit more, so I've just cut a really rough shape of a cloud out onto a piece of card, and I'm using that now to add my colour like a type of stencil. And I found that gave me a lot more definition in the way of clouds and how the whole picture came together. I'm also adding some brown here, and I've done the same thing. I've cut out a little template of grass, but I used it the wrong way up. But in the end, look, it didn't matter. And I just wanted to give that shadow of grass, but then I brought my pencil in later to add the fine, like grass type blades. Now I've got my Sharpie here. Because I couldn't cut really fine lines, because I'm a beginner in my rubber, I've just simply used the Sharpie here to add more branches and add more like fine detail work. So here you'll see me use a white pencil just to add some of that light reflection onto the boab tree, just to give it a little bit more interest in the picture. At the time I didn't have a white ink pad. I do have one now, but the pencil worked fine and added the depth that I was after. Also add a little bit to the clouds as well. I must say too that this white pencil added a great definition to the grass. I don't know why I did it at the time, but I flicked out the white to add to the grass, and then I also flicked the black pencil, and it made it look really quite real. So I added some dark pencil there just to give it a bit more shade. And then I felt the background needed something because these trees are everywhere. So I added a little one in the background. Come out a little funky looking, but hey, it is what it is. And I just added some shading around there to tie it all in together. Now these trees, they put off these amazing boab nuts that are really high in vitamin C. You can eat them. They don't taste real good, but hey, the indigenous people eat them. And you'll see a photo in the end of my husband trying one. He didn't like it at all. But they also carve these nuts into beautiful pictures, and we watched an Aboriginal guy actually carving one and talk to them, and it was really amazing to connect with them. And so we bought one off them, and yeah, it was just really cool. Here you'll see me just making this into a card, adding up the layers, and I'm almost done. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Stick around for a couple of photos in the end. I love doing this. This is my thing. I just love it. Got some ideas running around in my head to make an even bigger picture on this scene. But look, hey, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would love to have you here on my channel. Press that notification bell. And thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the content here, and I hope you've enjoyed just sitting back watching me, or you give rubber stamp carving a go. It was super fun to do. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.
Boab seed.
What does it taste like?
Powder.